Hi everyone, today's video is going to be, I'm going to kind of chat with you about my hair. So I have pink hair, you've probably noticed, and I've had pink hair for almost a year. I dyed it pink in June of last year and it is now the end of February. So, like 7 or 8 months. And in dyeing my hair and, having it, I've kind of experimented with, I don't know if you'd say a lot, but a decent amount of stuff. And I wanted to come on here and tell you what I have found to be the best. So I have used, the last time I dyed my hair was November 25th because John and I got engaged on the 27th, so maybe the 24th. I dyed it right before we got engaged because I was pretty sure we were going to get engaged and I wanted my hair to look good. And it's, like I said, it's February, so that's December, January, so that's 3 months, and I haven't dyed it since then. And if you ask me, I think my hair is still really vibrant and bright. I bleached it then as well, so any of this brown, this is my natural hair color, you probably figured that out, is just growth. It's grown out, and I'm not bleaching it again because I am going to go back brown for our wedding, and I don't want to bleach it. Plus, my hair's permed, if you didn't know, and my hairdresser, last time she permed it, told me I wasn't allowed to bleach it again. She almost didn't perm it. She was like, your hair is not in great shape. And we can talk about why that is. So, I did it in June. And the first time I ever did it, I used the Manic Panic Lightning Kit. And that comes with bleach and like a brush and a little hair cap. And you can just get it at Ulta. It's like $15, which I didn't feel like was that expensive. And it worked really well. So they said, check it every 10 minutes. It didn't burn my scalp at all. Now, a lot of this is personal. Different people have different like porosity of your hair and they have different sensitivities to stuff. So, it's all personal. I did do, a sensitivity test on my arm, and you really should do that because once it gets on your head, if it starts burning you, you've burned your whole scalp, So I really recommend, it takes a couple of minutes, but do it on I did it right here because that's kind of like a sensitive part of your arm. So, it bleached my hair in under 15 minutes. Like, by the time my friend has done all of it. By the time she had, done it all, bleached it, it took less than 10 minutes, and it was, yellow bleach blonde. It wasn't very white. It was very yellow, but I knew I was going over with pink, so it wasn't a big deal. And then we put Punky hair dye over it. So, Punky is a brand, and I got it at Sephora for like $8. Now, I was at a different place. I wasn't in my apartment. I was at a field station doing science. And the water there was really, really hard. And I didn't have a sulfate-free shampoo. And so that lasted about a month. And then I was getting like the yellow bleach coming through. And so then I went over it with Arctic Fox dye, which is more expensive. It's like $17 a bottle. And when I buy the bottles, so it's just the hair dye, just the color. And I use the whole thing. I make sure, because, might as well. And I follow the instructions on it and stuff. For the Arctic Fox, I actually left it in a lot longer than it said because it was just the dye. And with that, it again lasted about a month. And so I was like, okay. And then I messed up. And when I dyed that, I only bleached it once and I dyed it a couple times. And then in August, I needed to dye my hair again. And I had the Ion Cara color, and they had a hot pink shade. And I was like, oh, let me go with that. And I left it in long again, but it had a developer. And I didn't realize, because everything else was just the color dye. I stupidly messed up and didn't realize that the developer was bleach. So I did it, and my hair turned strawberry blonde. And then by the end of the day, all of the pink was gone, and I hated it. And so again, this was not good. But I went and I got a box dye of L'Oreal purple shit, or it was called Fuchsia, and it was just a L'Oreal brand box dye at Target. And so I used that that next day, and it also had a developer, which again was bleach, and that turned my hair really dark, almost the color of my sweater. And then it didn't stay in my hair. So I knew I couldn't dye it again, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I decided to go and get some color depositing shampoo. And I bought the Cara color depositing shampoo. It's in a cube packaging, and it was $22, and it did okay. And then I bought the Punky Color Depositing Shampoo, so this is what it looks like. And it turned my hair a lot darker pink. And I've done a video all about that. I can link it below. So between those two, I felt like the Punky really made a difference, but it still wasn't super vibrant. But I did that for like 3 months, and then I used the Punky again. Because again, Punky is really cheap, and it lasts really well. So I used the Punky pink shampoo, pink dye. Let me see what it's called. It's called like Pink Tabulous, I want to say. Let me just look it up because I don't. Flamingo pink. So I use the flamingo pink dye. I can show you a picture if you want to see it. It's just in a little tub. And I bought that dye. It was $8. Dyed my hair. We bleached the roots with the Manic Panic again, just the roots. Dyed my hair pink, and that was in November. And that's the only thing, and I haven't done anything since. I continually use the shampoo. I use it about once a week. I shower every morning and I condition my hair, and happens to be that my conditioner is not sulfate free, just because I already had it. I wasn't going to buy a new one. My shampoo that I use, my shampoo and conditioner, if I use them in conjunction, are sulfate free now, but they weren't. And so this dye will come out. It will, like if it rains, you might get it on your shirt a little bit. So it doesn't stay super great, but it makes a big difference. Like I said, I use it about once a week, and my hair is still really, really pink. And I haven't dyed it in 3 months, and I'm not planning on dyeing it again, because like I said, I'm going to go back brown for my wedding, which is in December. I'm going to dye it back brown. I'm going to have fairy hair, actually. My mom told me. My mom said that if I dyed my hair back brown, she would pay for me to get fairy hair. So I feel like that was a good deal. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, what I find works is Punky. And again, it's very different. And other people have told me that Arctic Fox worked really well for them. It just didn't for me. It worked the same as Punky, I guess, but it was it was almost twice as much. So I was like, well, I'll just go with the Punky. And Punky is really easily accessible at Ulta. And this pink shampoo is $15. It lasted me, I don't know, almost 6 months. So this is my second bottle of it. I bought it recently. And like I said, I use it about once a week. Pretty much when I am doing my hair and I notice that it's looking a little dull, like right now. I feel like these parts are looking not as vibrant as I want. So when I shampoo my hair, I kind of try to focus it on the different areas. And I dye my hair, or I use this. I will say that my shower is constantly pink. No matter how many times I like bleach it and stuff, it's just pink. So that's kind of a negative. But if you, and I only have pink hair, but I know Punky has a lot of different hair color dyes and color depositing shampoos. By the way, this isn't sponsored by Punky. I feel like it sounds like it is, but it's not. But if you have a vibrant color hair in your, because a lot of people come up to me and they're like, your hair is really vibrant. How do you keep it that way? And this is what I do. I use a color depositing shampoo once a week, and I use Punky. And that's all. And it's pretty easy. I think you can tell, like, the Punky, so if you look at my roots, it doesn't dye it pink. But it does, it will, like, get a little bit of pink in there. And I think it helps, like, more naturally fade my roots to my color. So I do, you know, put it in my roots. But yeah, if you're in the market to dye your hair, like I said, my friend does all mine, but you can go professionally for sure. It's just a lot cheaper to have somebody do it that's your friend. We just use like a rat tail comb and comb the dye through my whole head. It takes a little while, but it lasts really well if you use the shampoo. Again, if you have really hard water, it might strip your the dye out of your hair more. At least that's what I've experienced, because like I said, when I was up north, it didn't last near as well. But I also wasn't using color depositing shampoo, so that could have been part of it. But yeah, I was just hoping, I wanted to come on here and hopefully help somebody that's like, I want colored hair, or I have colored hair and it fades all the time. This is what I do, and it works for me, so maybe it'll work for you. So yeah, that's really all I have for you. As always, if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, or comments, go ahead and leave those down below, and I'll see y'all real soon. Bye.